Thank God Mercury retrograde is over!
Yay!
But now Mercury is on the move. Where's it going now?
That's right. Mercury, the planet of communication, finally is direct. This is the first day that it's actually forward direct in motion, which is great. But it went direct in the sign of Scorpio, although it went backwards in the sign of Sagittarius. So it's going to spend 3 or 4 days getting back up to speed through Scorpio, but then it gets into Sagittarius at the end of this week. And I think it's important to know because Mercury is where you communicate effectively, where you're going to be consciously applying your energy and activity over the next 30 days or so. And a lot of times, it's the messenger planet. It will bring you word about something. So for Sagittarians, the sign that we're in, it's something that they were afraid of, that's been hidden probably for the last month or so, and it comes to light. And I have to tell you, Sagittarius, it's not as bad as you think it's going to be. You really don't have anything to be afraid of, worrying about what that outcome is going to be. It's going to be a much more positive outcome than you are afraid it's going to be.
Good.
Yeah, it's good news for them. For Capricorns, it's a good time to shut up. It's a good time to take a step back and sort of observe what's going on, not really put your own input in, but kind of really try to want to get the lay of the land to see how everybody is feeling before you pick a side to stay on. So the best thing to do for Capricorn is to zip your lip. For Aquarians, this is great energy. They are looking at career matters, professional matters, and achieving a long-standing hope, wish, goal, or objective. And they're going to find a way to tap their well-placed male friends and colleagues to help them get the professional success that they've been working on for the last 30 days or so. So it's the final push to get what it is that they wanted. For Pisces, this energy is in their 10th house of career and public standing. And the last maybe 30 days or so, they've kind of been preparing, kind of getting their ducks in a row, finding out legally what they could do, what they can't do, and to see how they want it to flow. And now they get to really make that big impression by saying, okay, this is the direction I'm going to go in, and professionally it's going to help me in this way. And they get the help of younger people, actually, to help them get to the next level professionally. For Aries, this energy is coming out of the 8th house of profound transformations and how can I really maximize my own resources. And now all of that is done, and it's time to take that show on the road and see how it plays in Peoria. It's a good time for long distance travel, long duration travel. It's a good time for expanding your useful knowledge of the world, and it's a good time to reach a larger audience with your words. So for Tauruses, this energy has gone from their 7th house of everybody saying, we need you to do this, into the 8th house of time just to take a break. Just time to, it's almost like you're, so close to collapsing in a heap. You're at the very tail end of a huge, gargantuan amount of effort that's been going on since May, and you're almost there. When Mercury changes signs towards the end of this week, it'll be easier for you to go, I'm done with the majority of the stuff. It's sort of like downhill from there, which will make your bride
a lot
happier. It's almost like the big push is all done. It's just a matter of finishing it up.
Right.
For Geminis, this energy has gone from their 6th house of work and responsibilities to their 7th house of open enemies and intimate one-to-one relationships. And Geminis will find out over the next 4 weeks or so clearly who is on their side, who is with them, and who is against them. And they've had some conflicting information about that with Mercury being retrograde as to who knows what about what. But they find out over the next 3 weeks or so exactly where they stand, one way or the other. And at least when you know, you can devise a plan to deal with it. It's the not knowing. You never know where the knives are coming from, kind of a thing. So that's good news for our president. For that's what I always think about when I think about Gemini. For Cancers, this energy goes from the 5th house that I just want to have fun, and I want to create all kinds of things into, okay, now you get the responsibility that goes along with having the fun and all of those things that they have put into motion. And if it was a child of their mind, then they get to actually bring it to life, and it can go from being an avocation to a vocation. And also, there is some health matter that's a lot better news than they are afraid that it was. They were thinking, because Mercury's retrograde, this could be worse, but it really isn't.
Good.
Which is great news for them, too. For Leos, they want to have fun. They are done with all their stress, all their grief, all their aggravation is done. Their home is solid, their foundations are solid. Now they want to just go play. I'd be surprised if any of them show up to work for the next 4 weeks or so. It's just a matter of, how can I have as good a time with the creative process, with the love principle, and with children? And all that says the holidays to me.
Yeah. Just to me, too. I will be still coming to work.
No one enjoys it like a Leo does. For Virgos, the pace of their living is now down to something they can manage, and now they want to, over the next 2-3 weeks or so, turn their attention to dealing with some sort of matter of home that they've been kind of putting off and procrastinating doing. They just need to sit down and do it. Just get it done, clean it up, straighten it out. Get it ready.
Done.
Yeah, it's a literally get it done at home kind of thing. For Libra, this energy is in the 3rd house. It's gone from how can I make more money to now that I've made this money, how can I treat myself to fun things with it? And it involves short distance, short duration travel. And somewhere along the line, they learn something pretty useful about their world. There's a pretty important piece of information that comes their way over the next 3 weeks or so that changes things in one way for them for the better. And it gives them a lot more freedom of movement. And then for the last line for Scorpio, it's about how can I make more money? Now that they have found their voice, they know who and what they are, the rebranding of the Scorpio is complete. It's like, great, now how can I take that Scorpio and make money with it? And this is through the fruits of your own labor. This is not money falling out of the sky on you. This is hard work will pay off for you. So that's tomorrow's news today for the 12 signs of the zodiac. And I, for one, I'm really happy that Mercury has gone direct. It hasn't been bad for the fixed signs or for the cardinal signs, but man, it beat up the mutable signs a lot. So glad it's over.
Yep.
Happy to see it. This is the first time since May, this coming week, that all of the planets are forward or direct in motion. So I think that's got to be good just in general.
Sounds good to me. We'll see you next week with more good news.
Always a pleasure.